So I'm Nick Smart from Mammal, and we're in the middle of a tour, and we're going to be playing the Scala tonight, which is here, and supporting Christian Scott for the London Jazz Festival. For this selection, I just try to pick stuff that I'm inspired by and all the stuff that I've listened really heavily to over the last few years and has kind of influenced the writing in the band, I think. My first musical memories really are like listening to folk music and stuff, and me and my brother Jordan, who's in the band, plays saxophone. We got taken to like folk festivals a lot when we were kids. We used to really like that music when we were growing up. John Martin, I think, was one of the first tracks, or the first track on that list. And he's one of those musicians that always manages to mix up a lot of different styles. So he kind of started off doing more of a straight folk thing, but then he started including more jazz influences in his albums and stuff. So it's kind of a fusion a lot of the time between folk and jazz. So yeah, Alice Coltrane is another one that we've all listened to quite a lot over the last few years, and the Journey in Satchidananda album in particular has been like a big inspiration for all of us. There's a couple of times now when that song has come on before a show when we've been waiting to go on stage and we've been feeling really nervous, and when that track comes on, it just completely destroys any kind of nervous feeling or any tension, and always I find it one of the most like relaxing bits of music I've ever heard. Radiohead are one of those bands that all of us again have really like been inspired by a lot. I think one of the things we all like about them is how fearless they are as a band about just following their instincts and doing exactly what they want to do. They're one of those bands that's captured the kind of post-millennial feelings of like either like isolation or paranoia or alienation in our society, and they've kind of managed to capture that. It's one of the things I like most about them. They've really like been fearless about tackling some of those darker elements of life. Niels Frahm is one of my favourite pianists at the moment. I just really like how he uses a lot of different instruments within his setup. He's got a lot of synths, a lot of drum machines, but it all feels like one sound in some way. Even though he uses so many different instruments and sounds, it's all really interesting, and he manages to integrate all of those sounds in a really unique and special way. There's a load of Bob Dylan songs that I could pick, and he's somebody that I've listened to since I was a kid, because my dad played it to me and my brother when we were growing up, and lyrically he's pretty much my favourite guy. So I would say something like, I don't know, Mr. Tambourine Man's always one that seems to have like a magical feeling to it. I think that's probably just because I listened to it a lot when I was a kid. So yeah, Mammal Hands, like the writing process is pretty free. We don't really have a set way of doing it. We often just jam together when we're rehearsing, and sometimes ideas will come out of that. Everything goes through the kind of mincing machine, and we'll try, you know, some tracks we've written in like a day, there's other tracks that have taken like half a year to write. It's a pretty varied and strange kind of process, I guess, but yeah, we're happy with it. Because we're playing instrumental music as a three-piece, as a trio, we often get labelled as jazz, and then there's a whole load of people that immediately will switch off as soon as that word is mentioned. You know, I feel like more and more people are being more open-minded about different types of music generally, and those barriers are breaking down. We've noticed more young people coming to our shows over the last 2 years, and we're just interested in incorporating all of the elements we like from all the music that we enjoy, and not trying to make it fit into a box and just see what happens, because I think it would be boring otherwise.